We have great pleasure in welcoming you here to discuss the project we are running on biodiversity here in Bukit Kiara in this beautiful green lung. The project called the Magical Mysteries of Bukit Kiara is focused on the study of fireflies here in this green lung. We have been able to make this project a success primarily because of the involvement of citizen scientists, and this has been a great an example of how we can engage with the public to move forward. Citizen scientists are ordinary folk like you and me who have come together to help to do the data gathering, and this is something which we find a very good way of involving both ordinary citizens as well as moving forward in terms of our knowledge. This instructional video is concentrated on the daytime survey to give you some background and some ideas of how to run it. We welcome any involvement from any of you who are interested in the project. We run this and different types of projects. Thank you. Please come and join us to take this project forward.
There are two parts in our citizen science methods, the day survey and the night survey. Here is an instructional video on how to conduct the day survey as a citizen scientist for the FoBK project. Gather at the meeting point as determined by your team leader, a firefly ambassador. It may either be Gate B at Jangkat Haji Oping or Gate A, the main entrance opposite the school, at Jalan Haji Oping. Your FA will then lead you to the designated trails and the waypoints inside Bukit Kiara to begin the survey work. Here's what you need to do. By appointing people in the team with these 6 roles. First, the waypoint guide. The waypoint guide will guide the group to the designated trails and numbered waypoints inside Bukit Kiara by using a link that will be provided. In smaller teams, one person may have to perform more than one role. Second is the data collector. The data collector is responsible for capturing soil readings and leaf litter data. A link will be provided at the designated waypoint. Mark a center point using the 4 1-meter PVC pipes assemble square. Randomly place the square in an accessible area near the center point. Third is the soil measurer. The soil measurer will be responsible for taking soil readings using the soil meter. pH, temperature and moisture indicators are set by toggling the switch at the back of the soil meter. This is where the soil measurer gets to go to work. Use the soil meter at the 4 corners of the square to first measure soil temperature and moisture. Start with the bottom left corner of the square and move clockwise to the 3 other corners. Insert the soil meter about 5 cm into the soil. Toggle the switch at the back of the soil meter and measure the soil pH at the 4 corners of the square. As the soil measurer does the work, the data collector should enter all soil readings into the data collection sheet that was provided by the FA. Do note to allow a few seconds for the probe reading values to stabilize before recording. Fourth, the leaf litter measurer. The leaf litter measurer will be in charge of measuring the leaf litter depth using a long ruler. Use a ruler at the same 4 corners and measure the height of the leaf litter from the soil to the top of the fallen leaves in cm. As before, start with the bottom left corner of the square and move clockwise to the 3 other corners. The data collector should enter the height measurements into the data collection sheet. Lastly, disconnect the pipe from the square. From the center point, measure 2 meters using the 1 meter pipe in 4 directions. North, south, east, west. At each 4 north, south, east, west points, place the camera upwards on the disconnected 1 meter pipe to take a photo of the tree canopy. This is to measure the tree canopy cover. To roughly find north, south, east, west, use the compass app on your smartphone, a physical compass, or by looking at the direction of the sun, if you're clever. At the same north, south, east, west points, spread the canvas facing the center point. Ensure the bottom edge of the canvas touches and runs parallel to the terrain, and all vegetation in front of the canvas is not bent under the canvas. Using a whiteboard marker pen, write the waypoint number you are at on the north, south, east, west laminated identifiers. Fifth, is the photographer, who will be responsible for taking all the required photos. Take a photo of the canvas from the center point. Ensure all four corners of the canvas are within the photo frame. The shot is a direct one to the canvas and not angled. The scribe will write down the waypoint numbers on the laminated identifier using a whiteboard marker. The north, south, east, west identifier is open at the right page and marked with the correct waypoint number. The identifiers should be held above or beside the canvas and not obscure the canvas in any way. The canvas is used to measure the vegetation density and acts as a background and frame for the vegetation photos. Before moving to the next location, make sure to pack up everything. Repeat each process at each waypoint. Remember to stay hydrated and have fun in the process. That wraps up the Citizen Science Day Survey method. Thank you for signing up, and please know that your contribution is very important. The data collected will help ensure that the fireflies in Bukit Kiara thrive, as so little is known about them and their fragile ecosystem. A big thank you to all our funders and partners for making this Citizen Scientist project possible.